Howdy, and welcome back to Anthology of the Killer by the Catamites. Link in the description if you'd like to play. It's available for the $6 American. I hear this is also coming out on Steam. I don't know if the price will be different because it's not out yet, and I didn't actually think to look despite having obtained that knowledge.
Hey!
But, you know, the itch one probably gets the creator more money. So, you know. Yeah, so I would appreciate it. You know, check that out. Support the creator. Last time we did Ears of the Killer, we met our friend the Weepster. Our friend the Weepster probably will never die, so it's not a problem. So we don't need to weep for the Weepster. The Weepster weeps for thyself. So, you know, Ears of the Killer. Pretty good. And now we're going on to the penultimate game of Anthology of the Killer, and I believe this one is Heart of the Killer. And penultimate, a word that I learned when I was like 14, is like, oh, that's badass. And now just always find excuses to whip that bad boy out. I wonder if the activities are still happening outside. There'll be plenty of time left over for activity. There's always time for activities. And now this is a room. Someone walked in here and said, I have a vision of what this fucking room's going to look like. And, you know, someone probably came in and was like, you sure this is what you're going for? And I assume that's when they were killed, given the nature of, you know, what goes on here. But we are looking for Heart. I don't know why I glanced over at the list that I already checked, like that was going to help. That looks like a friend. You can tell because their hand's coming out of the picture, which means, you know, they're not just confined to picture. They can be more friendly. Like this chair, like you could sit on friend. That's a good friend. Not a lot of friend opportunity there. And that's a phone. I hate phone. So yes, this is Heart of the Killer. And I was about to read it here, but we need to enter the... I always want to say level, but they are technically different games. Oh, this one's going to be a little heartbreaking, isn't it? So Heart of the Killer. At the dream resort, the days slip by quietly in the murmuring pines. At night, a dreadful vision of desire stalks the halls. Boy, I was like, I'm nailing this. I'm reading decently for once, and then nope, of course. Sometimes when I wake up, there's a moment when I don't know who or where I am. The cloak of habit falls away. I look around. I'm in an alien land, a distant country, full of objects whose use will remain forever unknowable to me. And then I get up and I move over to the window. I'm always doing this. You know, this is kind of a cozy atmosphere with the lights in specific patterns coming through the window. Perhaps there's some kind of light fixture in, assumedly, BB's room. Yeah, I wake up like that a lot. I guess BB is not in the normal place. It turns out I'm still in the dream resort after all. Dream resort, does that mean that it is literally, oh, I'm in a resort in my dreams? Or is it like, oh boy, this resort, it's like a dream? Maybe a little bit of both. Let's find out. Well, part of sleeping in a different bedroom is feeling like you might wake up as somebody else. I'd better start my rounds in case it turns out I'm still myself after all. This is actually interesting to me. I have a lot of very, very surreal dreams. And the concept of am I me isn't a thing that I think of very often in dreams. I normally assume I'm me, but sometimes it feels more like watching a film in the dreams where you're an observer more than... well, as the observer, I guess you would still be... You'll understand. You lose the personhood. I experience ego death in my dreams constantly is what I'm saying, I guess. Outside, it's another indistinguishably perfect summer day. Nothing is stirring within any of the other buildings of the compound. Isn't there anyone in here who has to dust? That is a good question. I'm always saying, who's gonna dust? Because... oh boy. Oh, we're a pencil now. That's fun. I fucking hate dusting. I like to keep a very clean house, but dusting is the one where I'm like, man, I don't want to fucking dust. Mopping too, I guess. Mopping, I'm like, this is gonna suck. Okay, so we have a participant survey. Use the attached pencil to fill in our responses. Use enter to check where appropriate. Answers will only be shared with interested parties. But I mean, that's basically everyone nowadays. Man, I wish they'd at least serve breakfast with these. That is, if you're gonna have to do a thing, at least, give me like an eggy sandwich or something. What did you dream about last night? Check as many as apply. Erotic disavowal. Disavowal being like oh, well, this eroticism I'm seeing. I disavow this. What did I dream about last night? Oh boy, I woke up this morning and had this problem too, because I normally can recall my dreams pretty well. I dreamed. I'm going to take a second to think about this, because I know I can get it. Okay, now I remember why I was having such a hard time remembering my dreams, and it's because I was woken up quite frequently last night. I've mentioned my weird sleeping, and I wake up pretty easily. But for some reason, one of our cats was very, very, she just dead set on like she needed me to do something. So she, was banging on doors and stuff. Coming and waking me up. So I ended up having a lot of dreams centered around having difficulty sleeping, and having the cat coming and waking me up, like a lot of like just loud noises. Like I've mentioned the exploding head stuff before. Loud noises and being like, cat came in through a little cat flap very loudly. One of our cats doesn't really understand how to use it very well, and she kind of bangs on the door until she accidentally kind of falls through. And our other dog, damn, it's the wrong fucking animal. Our other cat, it's a doggy door. So calling it a cat flap, whatever. Dogs are just different cats. Cats are just different dogs. It's fine. Did I just say the same thing twice? I think I might have just said the same thing twice instead of flip-flopping it. Yeah, so I just had a lot of dreams of like, oh, the cat came in really loudly, and then trying to sleep, and just kind of like weird things kind of going on around me. Nothing that I can remember too distinctly. I remember one of them was like the cat got on the bed, and then like it shit in the bed, I guess, because it was pissed off. She was just mad, I guess. And then I was like, oh man, can I sleep like this? I'm really tired, but there's cat shit in the bed. And then like I remember trying to, in the dream, figure out a way to sleep where I would not end up in the cat shit, and then being like, no, I have to get up and clean up the cat shit. What am I doing? And then the act of trying to get out of the bed in the dream actually woke me up. I feel like there was another part to this dream going somewhere, but a lot of my dreams are just walking through nonsense spaces. So, so I don't think there was a lot of erotic disavowal. No plastic figurines being chased around. Chased in a metaphorical sense, being hounded, because cats, being hounded by cats. We'll check. Oh, I can put that wherever. That's great. Obviously it probably wasn't going to matter, but we had to get down to what the dream was about. I couldn't just answer willy-nilly. Memory of a particular basement. Memory of multiple basements. I've lived in Texas all my life. Not a lot of basement memories. Friend whose face you can no longer recall. I get this a lot just in dreams, where I'll see a person and be like, this is them. This is a person. And it's like a person I'll see like every day, and they won't look right, but my brain's just like, that's the person. Arguments. Don't think I argued with the cats. Other use attachment B. Yeah, we'll have to get to that. How do I feel about sleep? I like it. Wish I could get more of it, I guess. How would I describe your condition on awaking? Haunted by half-remembered visions. Yeah. Oh, can I do this for... Check as many as apply was maybe only on one. But, I was groggy, and I required sustenance. Always wake up hungry. My dad trained my sister and I to be like dogs, and we're just like, oh, we're awake. It's food time. Have I seen this person? Think carefully. Assuming the person is the shadow, it doesn't seem to resemble anyone that I've personally seen. There's also kind of a guy over here, and it seems like this might be like legs in a doorway, like a very tall person. I'm gonna say never. And let's mark complete. We did a good job. A new world of exciting wallpaper greets me from behind the door. I guess they're still coming in to redecorate while I'm asleep. Today's style is the standby pop art basement. Oh yeah, we all love a pop art basement and, have been in them. Like I just said, I have lots of basement experience. The dresser drawers are varnished shut and can't be opened, possibly for insurance liability reasons. Stock photographs of smiling families stare down at me from atop the shelves. Oh boy, I love seeing my stock family. It's getting harder to tell how long I've been staying. For a while I kept tally, but someone else seems to have been adding to it lately. The little pipes, a nice touch though, little pipes. Oh, like pipes like the line. I'm not sure why they're putting pipes there. I guess just to do it different. Oh, I didn't realize there was a person in that photo. I saw the dog Ewok gremlin looking thing, but it's giving some person a big old hug. It's art that pops. The sofa's covered in some hard, waxy substance that makes it impossible to lie down on for any length of time. Is this placeholder furniture, or could it be interior design? Oh. Been having a lot of dreams lately where I'm trying to find food in the dreams, and probably just because didn't have enough for dinner and end up hungry in the middle of the night. And it's very funny trying to eat stuff in dreams and being like, okay, the flavor of this is muted. This doesn't taste right, but I am getting food. I've been having that recently where I'll get food in dreams and be like, okay, I realize this is a dream now, and I'm eating this food and it's not very good. And then just keep trying to do it because I guess I'm stupid. Outside in the corridor, it's quiet and still. No noise but the sound of distant elevators moving up and down behind the walls. I have to assume things will be less creepy here once the place has actually been open for business, but it's hard to say for sure. The other rooms are already boarded up. It seems a bit much as a security measure, but I guess it's nice to have a break from the overall frou-frou aesthetic of this place. Yeah, you gotta get a break with a little bit of, home for BB, scary boarded up doors in a place. The electronic dial-a-boy, oh boy, as ever, the dial-a-boy securely bolted to the table. At the end of the hall, I have no idea what any of the buttons do, because I refuse to touch it and find it. Oh, BB, you coward. You should electronically dial a boy. I take back my judgment of this phone I said I hated at the beginning of this video. I love this phone. I want to dial Mike, Bob, Paul, Carlos, and Dave. I know that there's the Dreamy Date Boy board game. I don't remember what it's called. A friend of mine had a friend of theirs who was like, man, I liked that thing as a kid, and then acquired one as an adult and made a bunch of people play it in 2023. But I assume that the Dial-A-Boy is probably different lads than the board game that I'm thinking of. Well, through the door. Oh, I guess not. While I haven't seen another person since I got here, I should probably still change out the pajamas before I go to work. Maybe they're waiting for me to slip up. See, that's a fun thing about me and my work ethic, is if I slip up, I don't, it's whatever, I've at my jobs end up hitting the point where it's like, oh, you can't fire me. I'm just a little too important here in the function of things. Now, that doesn't mean corporate layoffs care, but me slipping up was never an issue, because it's like, oh, I fucked up. Sorry, guys. I'll do better. But, what are you going to do? Fire me? Who knows how to do the shit I know? You can't. But, some guy who owns the company in Germany doesn't know that, who laid us off because sales were bad. I am not a salesman. I'm in tech, do programming. But, sales were bad, so lay people off. Who cares? Heaped with ornate frocks, gowns, expensive looking but weirdly out of style, like they were pillaged in bulk from an abandoned prop warehouse. Well, at least that would explain some of the stains. I mean, there's a bunch of suits and stuff too, so suits don't really go out of style, I don't think. Decisions. Oh, do we get to pick our outfit? Because the suit style, the trim of it has changed over the years, but the suit, I feel like you could probably go out wearing a suit from, I don't know, 100 years ago, and people would probably, might look a little out of date, but people are like, oh, It's a cool suit. Okay, well, do we get to? These are both sort of preppy. I wonder if there's a choice here, or if BB well. Oh, okay. We just get to pick if we want green or purple. I'm personally gonna go with green. Green is my favorite color. Purple is a second favorite, but you gotta rep your. I guess this is more of like a teal, like a mint, perhaps. But it's green. It'll do. But maybe it's for the best that nobody actually see me in these. Behind me, something slides beneath the door. Another survey. Hi, I'm participant. I love to dress up in fashions and styles. I use the enter button to mark statements I agree with. My favorite clothes are ones that make me feel girl CEO, murder victim, fast casual, or unidentifiable. Well, me personally, I don't spend a lot of time thinking about it. So unidentifiable. And I feel, you want to be funny and be like, yeah, the murder victim. But BB's had a big problem with being a potential murder victim, a future murder victim, even. So, in my new outfit, I feel more or less likely to achieve my goals. I guess more likely, because before we were in our pajamas, and if we're actually going out, we probably don't want to be in our pajamas. So, I guess more likely. I feel more or less likely to feel love. I guess if we're going outside, I guess that makes it more likely, I suppose. This one I feel kind of neutral on, but, we don't have the option there. I feel more or less likely to walk into the... I'm always more likely to enter the forbidden area, so, yeah. I feel more or less likely that my body will never be found. That my body will ever be found. Yeah, someone's going to find my body, I'm a large dude. It'd be hard to... it's fine. If you don't get found, you don't get found. Whatever. I've never caught a glimpse of whoever leaves these forms around. Maybe it's for the best. I'm never sure if I'm supposed to tip in these kinds of situations. That is a good point. It's sometimes hard to know when to tip and when not to. The elevator descends, carrying me further into the complex. As I delicately partake of the coffee and muffins left inside, I think back to the events which brought me to this place. Well, BB did eventually get her breakfast, so it worked out. It just would have been nice to have with the form. I guess we're going to learn how we entered the Dream Resort. We got Secret Agent BB, looking fly. Hey, it's Agent BB. What's up? Boss, I've decided to resign my commission as a mystery shopper. It was fun at first, Paid to roam around. I like that I gave her a voice and then immediately backed off. It was fun at first, Paid to roam around the shopping district looking for things that didn't fit, empty aisles, furniture that looked off-brand. Each discovery seemed charged with secret meaning, a hidden transmission from the heart of the mall. Oh, the heart of the mall. Is that something you want to touch? Do you have nothing better to do? Would you like to make some money? Mystery Shoppers Inc. Join today. Oh, being a mystery shopper, sure. I wonder how much money that actually makes. It feels like it wouldn't be a lot unless there is like a professional level of it. But then I feel like you can't really be a professional mystery shopper since eventually people will be like, we know who's who. That's the mystery shopper. I started feeling the feeling of being someone else, a name nobody knew, a secret agent, invested with the mysterious authority of the consumer, a passport to the frozen world of the window displays. BB, thanks for another great report on the mall, Zone 5. Da boss. Is there more that we can see in here? I think we may have seen all the points of interest. And I've not learned my lesson of, hey, you probably shouldn't walk too far out of like the intended bounds of this. Okay, so I guess maybe it was just that one point of interest and then we got to go through the door. You don't want to miss the point of interest just because, you find door first. Also, this area with the things moving like around and on like different axes is pretty neat. But soon I had second thoughts about the work, about renting my senses to the highest bidder, as if not even my perceptions were really my own, a tool of store surveillance, a private eye. I started dreaming about being pursued through strange malls by figures I couldn't quite see, having signed up to store credit schemes on terms I knew I'd never be able to afford. I've never done a store credit thing because credit as a whole seems like it's gonna go badly. I'm the kind of person who I have 2 credit cards, and you know, I just use them and then pay them off pretty quickly. I never buy stuff that I can't afford, which, you know, is privilege, but also sometimes it means you go to the store and it's like, oh, I'm not going to be able to afford mustard. But that was a long time ago. I can afford mustard now, so it's working out. But, you know, maybe there'll come a time when, I'm actually not sure where I should be going. Maybe there'll come a time when, you know, I can't afford a mustard, and then I'll need the store credit. I'll have to walk into the Aldi and be okay. Well, I just had to get to a certain point. I'll walk into the Aldi and have to, you know. Oh no, it's going. Is that so? Peaceful, secluded resort sample guests must be comfortable with free room, board, and solitude. Exciting decor, competitive pay. How about it? One more job. Dreamtown designs for living. I think the only thing the boss said was like, hey, what about another job? Before it moved. Surprisingly, it's all been going fine, although I'm still not exactly sure what a resort is or what you do when you get to one. It seems to involve a lot of statues. Yeah. Have I ever been to a resort? I guess I've been to Disney, but we didn't stay at a Disney resort. No, I don't think I've ever been to a resort. Resort seems just like you go to a place and you chill. So yeah, you know, there'd be a bunch of statues, shit to look at, stuff to do, food, I guess. Rooms so dense with ornament that it's easy to feel lost within them, or like an ornament yourself. Is this place just a fantasy camp for people who that dream about turning into furniture, being an ornament of yourself, of the resort? You know, it checks out. You know, while you're there, you know, other people can view you. Maybe you add to the aesthetic of the area. I guess the real question is why they're lodging me here to begin with, given that I'm not exactly the target audience for a place like this, although I can't imagine who else would be. Swaths of plastic ivy have been glued to the walls. The door is locked. The door under is locked tight. I guess it's a staff location. For some reason, I was gonna be like, oh, it's under lock and key, but no, it's just the door under the ivy. I used to live in this apartment building that had like just shit ton of I don't know if exactly it was ivy, but some kind of plant running up the side of the building and like one of the like courtyards of it, because it was a huge apartment complex. Not that it was like super fancy. It was kind of a shithole. And I really liked it. I remember one time coming back from the gym, humble brag, and then, you know, just chilling out for a bit and being like, damn, this courtyard looks cool with this ivy. And then walking by another day, because that courtyard was also like attached to the parking garage in a weird way. And they had like removed all the ivy. And I was like, this is bullshit. It looked really good with the ivy, but I'm guessing somebody probably complained. For the courageous, there's a pool out in the open courtyard. The windows of neighboring apartments units stare down like empty eyes from every side. Personally, I didn't bring trunks. I was gonna walk into the pool, but BB does not want to get in the water, which is fine. Getting into the water with your clothes would be weird. I mean, you know, we can make do, but I understand, BB. Well, I was going to say I won't force you to get in the water, but I did try to force you. I just physically can't, so, you know. This way leads through one of the specialty suites. The immense white body of marble horse takes up most of the space in the room. I thought this was going to be like the bed, and they just threw a big horse on the bed first. Personally, I'm in love with this room. Like I've said before, I'm from Texas, so obviously I come in here and immediately like, oh, this is kitschy in the way that I enjoy. Out of habit, I checked the bookshelf on my way through. Gothic romance, some kind of girl detective franchise. Couldn't they find anything that fit the theme? That is a good point. You know, you think you would want like a cowboy book in here. I just tried to think of one, and I was like, damn. No, yeah, haven't done a lot of reading in a while. Also, I love the little like shadowy figure in the background on the right one. You know, just the full black body, the red eyes, very Mothman-esque. Even though, you know, obviously, well. I was going to say, obviously not a Mothman, but we don't know. But not very Mothman shape in the traditional sense. Your desires are our business. What are your opinions about cowboys? Well, believe it or not, I'm a cowboy. Without warning, a smiling, handsome cowboy walks in through your front door. Your immediate response is, of course, pleasure, which, that one gets 3 X's because it's freaky. Do you remember the Red River Valley? No, I don't. I don't remember it. I don't know what it is. Does a paraphernalia of cattle ranching hold emotional meaning to your heart? I prefer not to say. I'll keep that one to myself. Next is the exhibit hall, set up to allow guests to live out their fantasies of being lost inside a boutique. I think it's boutique. Boutique furniture showroom. The velvet drapes away slowly in the breeze from AC. And I thought about it, I was like, when was the last time I've had to say boutique? And then wasn't 100% sure if the pronunciation was good. Like I said, I suppose I could have gotten away with being like boutique and then like moved on. But I do think you're supposed to say it like boo. Because I'm guessing with the OU, it's probably French. And bouffe, it just sounds French, This is something I can confidently say and know about for sure. Ideals for living. Dreamland Furniture Collection coming soon to the finest stores near you. Mass production pending following user feedback trials. Okay, well, this furniture really isn't that dreamlike, but all right, sure. Meet the C-suite. Oh boy, they're an awfully dreamy suite. Mike, the firm but fair CEO of the Dream Resort. Business is his number one love, but could there be room for another in his heart? Oh, I hope so. A firm but fair CEO. Ooh la la. Bob, yeehaw, this rootin' tootin' CFO enjoys lasso, yodeling, and late nights among the plains. He's said to be looking for his very own sweetheart of the rodeo. Oh well, I think Bob has overtaken Mike very quickly. Paul, the artist of the board. Paul's creative instinct shines in the marketing department. He's brooding but deep. Will the muse allow him to complete his masterwork at last? Well, sorry, Paul, but you're not beating out Bob on this one. Carlos, the zany one. Carlos can be identified by his catchphrase, hamburgers, But does his easygoing demeanor hide a sensitive soul? A sensitive soul that acts a little funny and weird? That sounds stupid. Sorry, we're still Team Bob. Tom, representing the HR department. Tom is also Prince Regent of the distant landlocked country of Aldovia. With his old world charm, he's sure to treat a lady right. Wow. See, this is the Hallmark movie dilemma. Do we want our cowboy, a hunk of a man, or do we want to be royalty? Well, obviously, we're sticking with Bob. We met Bob. We never turned our back on Bob, except for that 1 second where I considered, do we want to be royalty? So I'm sorry, Bob, for the affair that I had by considering for 1 second to go with. I forgot the guy's name. So see, it wasn't true love after all. The face in the painting seems familiar, but no time to think about that now. There's the bell for the focus group testing. I'm not sure what happens if I stop showing up, but somehow I get the feeling that it's not a good idea to find out. Yeah, just looking at this character, I can't remember a character that looked like this that we've seen, so I'm not sure what's up with the feeling of familiarity that BB's getting. But I mean, BB's had a life that before the Anthology and probably in between the Anthology games. We don't know everything about BB. BB is as mysterious to us as we are to her. Welcome to the experience room. Use left and right keys to indicate emotions. I am always saying this. Yeah, that's how you do it. Posable Commander Data, Star Trek figure. They go. Roll of barbed wire. Fear. That sounds scary. It's a Funko Pop. Scary. Car crash victim autopsy photographs. Well, I wasn't quick enough. Chair made of chicken bones. Oh, that sounds badass. A liminal photograph of empty tree-themed restaurant circa 1998. Sounds cool. Old boxing glove car on circular blade. Sounds cool. VHS filled with chewing gum. That sounds gross. I guess I don't have full fear of it, but Quantum need it. Kike, thank you. I think it was like thank you and not like Kike, Thank you. That was fun. Sorry for I actually feel pretty neutral on the Data figurine. I'm not a Star Trek dude. Mostly just because I haven't given it a shot. Keep being told that I need to watch Deep Space Nine, or my kneecaps will be broken. Boy, that Examine Life. The Examine Life really takes it out of you. All that coffee doesn't help much either. I could swear I once found a bathroom around here. See, all that action got me. Over like a fat rat, peas in a pod, do 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 do. Is this the bathroom song? It's your bathroom song, huh? Psst. Hello, are you new? You must be a fellow guest reviewer. Call me Cece. In my spare time, I edit a zine about the strange occurrences that happen in the city, many of which seem to revolve around an elusive figure I refer to as the murderer. Is that so? Are you the only other person here? Well, there's let me think. There's also HHII, JJ. But listen, I think I found out the truth that's going on in this place. Oops, gotta run. But meet me here tomorrow. I'll give you the full scoop. Bye for now. The full poop, because we're in the bathroom. Ha ha. We're friends now. I guess I should be reassured to find out that I have peers. So why does it feel like it's time to skip town? There's nothing unsettling about meeting Cece. I mean, you have a sister named Zizi. It must be a popular naming scheme in world. Okay, so we've been woken up in a new bedroom. Or maybe perhaps at just a different angle. I completely don't remember what the bedroom we started in looked like. So I assume, this actually looks a little familiar now. Perhaps it was the same bedroom because we are going through what looks like the same pop art basement. You can sort of make out the dog there, and that there's more lines here forming. Perhaps the pipes were to perhaps create some kind of shape or illustration. Like it started to look like it was starting to have like a stick figure, like torso and legs going on for it. So perhaps something is being illustrated there. Maybe we'll find out later. Hey, what's up? You sound awfully squishy, but I guess are we? Oh no, we're out. No, we're. I was gonna say we're outrunning him, but he is gaining on us. So. Wait, a dream. Must have been a dream. But isn't this a different bedroom to the one I was staying in before? I don't actually remember heading back to my room last night, although I'd put that up to general monotony of the days around here. Am I even still in the same building as the last time? Okay, so is this not literally a dream in the dream resort thing, or is the twist supposed to be like, oh, it is actually a dream, and now, things are changing. Because like I've mentioned before with like my dreams, I like to just explore places and like see like the layout of things just change, because that's how dreams work. It's not going to stay like, or at least mine, they just don't stay consistent in that way. And I love this little like clown man. So I kind of find enjoyment in that, where I'm just like, oh, I'm walking through this place and seeing weird things and just kind of just checking out what the fuck is up. I'm not sure if one way is better to go than the other. Seems like they might join back up at some point. Yeah, okay. So we could have gone either direction. Just gave us an option. You got to be thorough. That's gamers. The scum of the earth. Us. We have to see everything. The dial-up boy last night was ringing, but was the call meant as a warning or a threat? The grinning yet impassive faces of the boys provide no answer. And once again, going down ramps, just so delightful. I love it so much. Somehow I make my way back to the bathroom, or at least to another one that looks just like it. There's nobody around, but something glints at the edge of the mirror. Is there a secret point of interest? I was kind of hoping there'd be a secret point of interest in the toilet zone. Good old vent, just like back home, sometimes your dreams, they're going to reflect reality, and so, of course, there's a passageway behind the mirror. That's the way it works in my home. It'd be ridiculous for it not to work that way everywhere else. The game kind of took a second there. I was a little worried that it might have crashed. Haven't had an issue with that in this game though, so I was a little surprised. Okay, so we're like looking through a little peephole. Yeah, normal room, you know. Couch, dial-a-boy, chalk outline for body, stuff hanging from the ceiling. Yeah, pretty normal. At least where BB comes from. And I like the little squiggle vision they do on like some things, because like, well, you know, when things squiggle a little bit, it's nice. But also because like, oh, is that gonna be something? Like, this isn't that kind of horror game for the most part though. But you know, it's just like, oh, uh-oh, there's movement there. I feel like we've seen this room before. Contract dossier, number 9. The Spook, University of Chicago, Advanced Field Research School of the Americas, member of Ragmoff, a reclusive management consultancy that meets in a remote Swiss villa once a year to discuss foreign business synergies. The existence of the Spook has been subject to official denial for so long that he no longer seems to possess any bodily form, requiring the use of large plastic bag to get around. Ah, did we have a run-in with the Spook? A table stacked with documents. A familiar face looks back. Well, at least I know that it wasn't a dream. Well, I mean, you could have had a dream about the Spook without knowing about the Spook, you know? Some, like, precog bullshit. On the table, I find a conspicuous-looking keychain and note. The ivy opens after dark. There's also, hey, wait a second. I know this. This is Marcy's World. Marcy's World number 1. Audience around the world were moved by its earnest depictions of a maiden's heart. As a result, it sold like gangbusters, and the fabled 1990s zine boom began. Okay, well, Marcy. I guess Marcy was who we saw in the picture earlier. Marcy's World number 2, on the other hand, took 10 years to come out, cost $100 million to produce, and sold approximately 30 copies. That was when we knew the golden age wouldn't come back. I wonder what this is doing here. Ain't that just the way of things? Doll made of synthetic hair. Apple filled with drawing pens. Intrigues or not, it's probably a good time to think about getting out of here. The focus testing products seem like they're getting increasingly deranged. Princess Diana commemorative beanie baby. That... Yeah, I mean, I was going to say I remember that one, but I have no clue when fucking Princess Diana died. But I do know about the Princess Diana commemorative beanie baby. I feel like that's a real thing. Either that or a Simpsons joke. You know, could be either. Also, I do enjoy that aspect of dreams of just them kind of melting down the farther in you get. And, you know, like BB mentioned, like, oh, these products are getting more deranged. Like, you know, just like dreams just kind of like, even if they don't get like scary or weird, just at some point getting a little just like, oh, this isn't weird. Maybe I don't need to grab my stuff. Okay, so BB was going to try and like get dressed by going out the front, but that the Spook was there. I don't know, I enjoy that part of when you wake up and you're like, wow, that dream got really fucking weird near the end. Well, at least it's nice weather for a stroll beneath the moon. The rooftops sprawl and ramble out like a pleasure garden. Behind me, I hear the creak of the bedroom door. Well, we better get a move on. You know, going out windows and across weird balconies. What is this? The dark soul? Another questionnaire seems to be waiting on the roof. Tonally an abrupt step and familiarities. Beloved, flee swiftly to the central tower, where my secret private submarine docked underneath the compound shall whisk us both away to a new life of romance and adventure. Don't you know who this is? Look into your heart. I would also be obliged if you would fill out the departure survey below. How would we rate our stay? You know, you got to give them a good review. You know, just... You know, you don't want someone to look bad unless you do want them to look bad. Would you recommend us to a friend? Yeah, sure. What was my favorite part of the resort? The fresh linens, the wallpaper, the horse room, the pool, the mounting fear of being killed, complimentary muffin service. You know, gotta say, like that horse room. I'm pretty sure I don't know anyone who owns a submarine. What's this doing on the roof anyway? Do they get a lot of people passing through? A lot of people traveling, like like it's Anne Orlando. And we got. Hi, the spook. Is it like it's gonna be like spooky whenever it gets us? I mean, that was actually a pretty solid move, BB. You gotta hand it to her. Not a lot of grip strength left in those boneless trash bag arms, motherfucker. Go back to waving at people outside car dealerships. Damn, BB just went 2 levels up and just man, BB's kind of a badass actually. Called someone a motherfucker, slammed the window on their hands. Pretty cool. Make it back to the courtyard pretty quickly, which is surprising given how directionless this whole place seems to be. Maybe I started nearer than I thought. I'm also not sure where I am. Geography. Oh, I see now. Okay. This would be like we're coming out here, and over here is the Ivy room. Sorry. I looked over because something the audio wave? Boy, I used to know what that was called, but the audio thing on my recording thing, I guess, just kind of scooted ahead a bit, and I was like, did something go wrong? And then it just totally derailed me. The Ivy door hangs open in the dark. I didn't even need to use the key. It works out that way sometimes. The Ivy comes down, and someone else unlocks it, and they're just like, fuck it. Anyone who knows is gonna just come anyways. BB, come quick. Don't you recognize my voice? It's me, the beloved. Oh, the beloved, the one from your dreams. I'm here in real life. I'm waiting for you. And I'm in a room in the resort. I thought it was going to be CC, but no. Green is the color of our beloved. Can't wait to see that submarine. You know my name. Why won't you call it? All you have to do is call. I'm counting on you now. Which one am I? Reach out. I'll be there. I need you to call. Call me. Call. Oh, is it Bob? Is it our beloved Bob? I said I'm not touching the fucking dial-a-boy. On the basis of your questionnaire results, you really should have emotionally imprinted on at least one of them by now. Would it help if we put you in the alternate A/B tested dial-a-girl group instead? Not particularly. Wait, who are... Well, it happens sometimes. We do our best to give people what they want, but sometimes there's some unfortunate soul who doesn't seem to know what that might be. How about we just fit you up for something off the rack? Pumpkin summer. And then I woke up in a nameless city, one I know to be accursed. BB, come downstairs. I've made pancakes for the Harvest Festival. It's shaped like a house, but the proportions are all wrong. These walls and furniture seem to bear no trace of earthly manufacture. So why do I feel like I've seen it all before? This is awesome. Just the fucking early PC 3D look. Game knows how to make some good jokes. Also, BB's just too short for this world. I'm so sorry, BB. Were there? Oh no, that door's closed. I know I don't need to go back and look. It's not like there's gonna be anything. I'm not gonna find an item, but what? Oh, I hate this little nook in the room. This would piss me off if I walked into a room and I'm like, I have the one with the fucking weird corner nook. I guess as a kid I would like that because I'd be like, oh, tee-hee, it's a funny place to hide. Although it's kind of a bad place to hide because it's right in front of the door. So, no, I take it back. It would piss me off at any age of my life. The rooms wind aimlessly as though misremembered from a dream. Huge functionless chambers branch out from the central passage. They seem to contain nothing but a handful of props. You got your double washing machine for when you got those really fucking... You got a lot of dirty clothes. You've been just really stinking the fuckers up. And you need to do a double wash. We can come in here. Someone's got a little office setup. No computer, though. What is this? Most of exist. From the kitchen, there's a smell of burning. Somehow, I can already see the breakfast nook and a little island counter thing clearly in mind. But where am I? How do I know all this? Well, I don't particularly want to go into the kitchen yet. We still have more house to explore. Because perhaps we will find item. We can come over here. There's the door. I'm guessing the kitchen's going to be just ahead. Because we can go downstairs now. Yeah, okay, we can see kitchen. That looks like kitchen to me. Let's go downstairs. Down the stairs, I glimpse a darkened chamber sprawling out from random far beneath the earth. Presumably, this room is used for all religious ceremonies of some description. See, we had to come downstairs. We have to learn about religion and God, obviously. We can't just head on to our, I guess, burning pancakes. We would have never gotten to see that great basement. So, it was all worthwhile. And this just connects back to the entryway. Oh, hey, what's up? Good morning, sleepyhead. It's me, your sister. Aren't you excited for the festival today? I know you're a hotshot big city writer now, just passing through as a part of a book tour for your hotly anticipated novel. But it will be a great way to reconnect with your life-affirming small-time roots. You should say hi to everyone at the Pumpkin Festival. They say that Greg from high school will be there. Remember Greg from high school? Was that really my sister? It's not like her to be awake during the day. Anyway, it's all coming back to me. Yes, this is my quaint hometown, although for some reason it reminds me of Vancouver. Well, I couldn't be reminded of I've never been to Canada. Did we ever figure out where the creator's from? Maybe they're Canadian. Because I assumed that some of the differences in spelling was like American English versus European English, whatever. But I guess maybe they spell it like the same way in Canada. I have no way of knowing. I love what you've done with these pumpkins. They bleed a lot more than the pumpkins I'm used to, but I like that about them. Everyone outside is carving pumpkins in the street. Do you really get a pumpkin in summer? I always thought they were seasonal fruit or gourd or whatever. Just shout out to Summer Wayne and Gravity Falls using watermelons. Very inspired. I used to be a big shot vampire fiction author, but a chance meeting on a plane reminded me of the importance of love and family. I've never been happier. Greg from high school was asking after you. Thank you. I wish you the best. We were told to say hi to everybody. We might not make it around to all of the people. May ignore some of the pigs. And also, it doesn't seem like they would say anything anyways. I need a big sign that just says Pumpkin Fest within that I can just hammer into the roof of anywhere I live. Don't talk to me until I've had my pumpkin coffee. You could be very happy with Greg from high school. Don't talk to me until I've had my pumpkin coffee. Yeah, indeed. Many people are saying this. I don't know why, but many people are saying this is almost always a funny phrase to me. Pumpkins burst through soil like corpses squeezed from shallow graves, as if the earth itself were too choked with flesh for further entry, and the living were consigned to a narrowing circle within the legions of the dead, the numberless murdered of the history of the world. I get it already. Greg from high school. Jesus. I don't think she mentioned Greg. But, we're excited about Greg from high school. We remember him, from high school. Greg from high school? It's not Bob. Oh, well. Well, that's been Anthology the Killer. Fuck it. I'm just doing a little joke as we get PT'd a little bit. But, sometimes you just got to get PT'd. It's the way of the world. Oh, I thought it was going to say more stuff. And I didn't want to... Oh, I guess this is like also a backrooms kind of deal. Oh. Oh my God, is that Greg from high school? Oh, I guess it is. Oh, I guess these are like the voice clips from like the phone thing. That's fun. I was talking with my girlfriend the other day, and I was like, I'm like 100% sure I would die in the back rooms. I have a terrible sense of direction, and just like not even missing a beat, she was like, yeah, you probably would. Oh, what? You think you're too good for Greg from high school, too? Yeah, he looks like someone who strangles his wife in a Tennessee Williams play. Look, I have a schedule here. What if you just told me what your horrible private death fantasies are, and we can make them come true? We have the technology. Ha! Nice try. But this is just like the time when I was 8 and my friends showed me the picture of S Club 7 and asked me which one I liked. I don't... And I had no strong opinions, so I just picked one of them at random, and then everyone else went, ew! That's not really what I'm talking about. Oh, are we... Wait, what about this one? Look, it's the Manic Pixie Dream Girl. She'll make you a mixtape when she's chopping you apart. No! Yeah, we'll just go ahead and move on. Oh, Bort, how dreamy. I'm not sure if we could have walked into the Manic Pixie Dream Girl or if we would have died. But what about this? A high-powered office romance. Baby, I need you to work late tonight. You're having dinner with a very important client. Me? Is that even legal? I mean, as long as you don't tell HR. And even then it is because we've talked about HR before. We know. Oh, hey, we're in like those little vignettes we see on like TV sometimes. There's normally more people in these situations. Yeah, here we go. This is more like what we see on the television. None of these are you don't want to throw. Are you sure you don't want to throw out any romance options? Because maybe I'm ready. Maybe I'm ready for love now. But if you're not going to offer me anything, I guess I'll get going. Continue to walk down. See what's up. Welcome investors. Oh boy, we can invest that. The thing we have, money. Welcome. Bunvenon? I don't know. What does desire look like in a world of casual mass death? For obvious reasons, top retailers have begun asking this question. Now it can be answered. It's Rag Mop. I thought that was 2 F's earlier, but it's 2 P's. Rag Mop. Rag Mop, acting in collaboration with the Consumer Survey Institute, is proud to announce the Dream Resort, a bleeding-edge romantic horror simulacrum designed to furnish you with behavioral demographic details on the love death imaginaries of today's top youth subcultures. Special group rates available. Ask for Marcy. Also, the consumers, the CSI. Wait, Marcy as in? That's right. Oh, I guess. With the commercial failure of Marcy's World number 2, I moved into the consultant work to clear the debt. That's when I ran into the Spooks people. They, too, were consultants, in a way. It's for you. Just say what you want. Can it really be that hard? Don't worry. It'll all be over soon. What I want is... Cha-Cha the Tree Frog. What? It's the name of the frog-themed animal mascot for the Rainforest Cafe. It's sad that I read Cha-Cha, and then I was like, I mean like the frog, and then I saw the rest of the thing, and I was like, oh, the frog from the thing. That's kind of a deep cut. Do you want maybe the frog from a Warner Brothers cartoons instead? I don't want anything. I just think it's interesting. It's an interesting design. Don't look at me. Fuck you. Show me your desires if you think they're so great. I guess that the Spook didn't like the F word. We did call him a motherfucker earlier, so maybe a little touchy. Okay, well, we're in the rooms. There's some guys. We probably want to avoid the men. Oh, that guy's having a great time over there. I'm sure, that he put that in the survey, like, if I am not taped to a wall... Oh, we probably shouldn't be hit by them. I don't know if that's, like, this kind of section or not. But, better safe than running into get grabbed by the ghoulies kind of situation. Hooded figures watch each other in the corridor, scratch holes in the wallpaper where they can see and not be seen, leap out and drag themselves below. Oh, excuse me. To be tortured in a maze of secret prisons. This is the dream of the spook. Oh, okay, so we were like, hey, show us what you want. And, he wasn't like, oh, well, I'm gonna get you. No, the spook's looking for love too. He wants you to see what he dreams of so we can make it happen for a spook.
You know, it always bewildered me when people would say that they liked Marcy's World #1, when it seemed like it was such a put on to me, so calculated. But what could I do? People told me what they liked and I believed them. So I just kept doing it, and then people didn't want it anymore, and it turned out they didn't even know what they...
And it turned out they didn't even know just what they wanted. There we go. It took a couple passes.
The people I trusted to know to tell me so that I would know what I wanted too, and so I became a consultant to find out what people liked.
I like the scary lighthouse Eye of Sauron tower. Marcy, does that help? Just so you know, this is a real violation of my employment contract. What's with the tower? I mean, a tower is always badass. BB. That was a stupid question.
Everything we recorded went into the spook's memory. Survey results, sales receipts, interrogations, secret photographs, phone calls, final breaths, final wishes.
I mean, some people's final breath is going to be their final wish, but maybe some people keep playing it close to the chest even then.
Captured data, bleeding and transformed inside the night mind into something else, a glimpse into the desires of the age, the sex dreams of a bodiless serial torturer are the desires of the... I didn't see where the thingy was pointing. The sex dreams of a bodiless serial torturer are the desires of the age? What else? Just like in a romantic movie, sometimes the thing you were looking for was around you the whole time, to be told exactly who you are and what you want. Wouldn't you like to know for sure?
I ran out of tongue water for that one. Wait a minute, Marcy. Hold up. You don't have to go in there. I mean, I liked Marcy's World #2.
You did?
I mean, I couldn't get the CD-ROM to play, but the Kathy Acker interview was good.
Baby, you can come with me if you want. You can know things about yourself that only advertisers know.
I'll take my chances.
Well, it's the privilege of youth to never have to recognize yourself, but maybe you'll want someday to be told exactly what it is you wanted. You might find yourself trying to come back here in your dreams.
Yeah, that's don't talk to me talking about pumpkin coffee. And then I woke up. The hotel had been abandoned, and the shoddy construction materials of the Dream Resort were already collapsing back into the forest mulch. So the Dream Resort literally was a real place, but then also did some weird dream stuff. Weary of my travels through the country of desire, when I got back home, I decided to do the opposite and spent the day playing video games instead.
You won't last 10 seconds in this game, my lord.
Well, this frog isn't as good as Cha-Cha, but he'll do in a pinch. Oh boy, so that was Heart of the Killer. That was a really good one. I like that one a lot. The image for it, I don't think we looked at it for too long, but having seen this, I thought the phone thing, which I had forgot about actually, because I was making the thumbnails for these videos, and I forgot about the thumbnail, the phone thing. And when I saw this while making thumbnails, I thought like 100% like, oh, okay, this is gonna be like some weird call boy kind of romance thing, and not entirely incorrect there, but not entirely on the money either. I really, I enjoy dreams. A person having problems with sleep, I have some whack-ass dreams. So I personally found it very interesting to see this place that is surreal and dreamlike be an actual literal place, and there have been some weird dream... The place was real, but people's desires in the form of their dreams were invading it and able to be forced on people. And ultimately, once again, the greatest horror of all of advertising reared its ugly head through
our old hero Marcy of Marcy's World, number 1 and 2. I assume that there was no more made after 2's flop. But yeah, that was Heart of the Killer. I like that one a lot. And with that, that means there is only one game left in our anthology, plus the bonus rooms. So next time we will be heading over in that direction and, seeing the face of the killer. So I'll see you then for assumedly the end of the series, that there isn't like any surprise, like, haha, there were more stuff in here that we just didn't tell you about. I doubt that's the case, but see y'all then.